Hey, it's Doug Betts with Get Fitness, and today I want to show you my favorite exercise to help with strength, it helps with functionality, it helps with low back pain, it just helps with so much stuff that's why it's my favorite exercise. Every single one of my clients learns this almost on the first day. It's called the deadlift. The deadlift is so important because it's going to work what we call your posterior chain. It works your latissimus, it works your low back, it works your glutes, it works your hamstrings, it works the bottoms of your feet, it works everything all the way down. So it's a really important move. And a lot of times people ask me about back pain and things like that, and they say they have a weak back. But a lot of times it's not a weak back that gets injured, it's an overworked back. Because like I said, the whole posterior chain is supposed to work together. All those muscles are a special team. And if they're not all working together, if the low back is doing all the work, then it tends to get injured. So sometimes it can be a weak back and an overworked back, but generally speaking, it's not just weakness that causes the back to have pain. So we're going to show you, I'm going to show you a couple of different versions of the deadlift. First one I'm going to show you with the kettlebell. The reason I like to start with the kettlebell is because it's an easier move. You don't have to worry about clearing your knees, which I'll show you in a second. So we're going to start out by addressing the kettlebell with it right in between where your shoelaces tie. Okay, feet are going to be about between hip and shoulder width. We're going to let the knees bend. We're going to let the hips go out the back door. So about half of the bend comes from the knees, half of the bend comes from the hip. We're going to reach down and grab the kettlebell. Before we lift, we're going to make sure that chest is lifted. We're going to make sure those hips are way out the back door. Okay, I'm going to grab, chest lifted. I'm going to stand up. The hips are going to drive forward in order to stand up. Okay, I come back down. I don't necessarily have to touch the floor. Just go whatever range of motion works for you. Stand up, drive the hips. Come on back down. Stand up, drive the hips, come on back down. A lot of people end up straightening out those knees and then coming up. We don't want that. We want those knees and the hips to extend at the same rate. The next move is using an actual bar, okay? We've used the kettlebell because, like I said, it can go in between the knees. We don't have to worry about clearing the knees. The bar is a little bit more advanced. So what we're going to do, the same thing. We're going to grab the bar. Back is going to be straight. Chest is lifted. Hips are out the back door. I get a hold of the bar. I'm going to stand up, drive the hips forward. Come on back down, stand up, drive the hips forward. I'm tracing my legs all the way down. Trace my legs on the way up also. All the way down, all the way up. Now, the reason I say the bar is harder because I have to get past my knees in order to get all the way up. So a lot of people, again, end up straightening out those knees and then they come up. What I want to make sure I do is that they come up at the same time. Knees and hips extend at the same time. So again, that's the deadlift. Really good move to do. I would recommend working with one of the trainers just to make sure you have the form down before you do it. This is Doug Betts, Get Fitness at Largo. I'll see you at the gym.